Sanjiv will now deliver the closing remarks of IIMPACT 2014.
Deputy Prime Minister Tharman Shanmugaratnam, distinguished guests, fellow alumni. So we've finally come to the closing ceremony. What a fantastic 2 days this has been. Do you agree? Yes. Say it louder, I can't hear you. Louder. Yes, okay, that's better. We have surpassed if I want to compare with last year, which itself was a step change in many different ways. If I wanted to do it quantitatively, there are several measures I could use. Once again, the corporate instinct comes in since I've been in corporate life for so long. So leaving aside the things about the number of people in the audience and so on that I talked about, but for the benefit of DPM, I'll repeat it. We are somewhere in the 1,100, 1,200 delegates category. So far surpassed the DPM. When I briefed you about our objectives for the event, I said about 1,000 people, so we have definitely shot past that. Of course, much more than the 700 that we had. But if I were to use a different measure for the success of the event, which is the number of times there has been standing ovation for speakers. By that reckoning, last year's event, those of you who attended probably know that number was 1. This year, I think I lost count of it. It's probably, definitely it went past 10. So by that reckoning, it is at least, we surpassed it by 10 times. So once again, that speaks through the quality of not just what we have put together, which is bragging a little bit, but more so how the speakers managed to connect. How they managed to connect in a different sense than they connected previously. Many of the people have told me that this event is different from whatever they have attended before. Of course, we got similar compliments last year as well. So the differences that they are talking about is that this is people sharing their experiences, and this is something that you do not learn in business schools for sure, and this is typically not what you get in corporate events. So the experiences that people have shared, and this is something that we can imbibe, that could make a difference to our lives. And truly, there were many, many moving moments as we went through various presentations over the course of last 1.5 days on a range of themes. So overall, I think based on the responses that I got from all of you, we've had a pretty good event. So there is a question that I want to pose to you all. When do you think we should hold the next IIMPACT? So, of course, there are 1,000 of you here, so you're probably going to give me those many different answers. How many of you believe that we should make this into an annual event? I can't see, so you'll have to shout. All right. And, okay, so that's going to be a logistical challenge, if I might put it mildly. What that would take for this to become an annual event is a lot more volunteers joining the team. And of course, there are many other factors in terms of selecting speakers and for the speakers to be available at the right time and so on and so forth. I take that feedback in the right spirit, but it will probably be a frequency between 12 to 18 months. Probably it is too tall an order at this point in time for this to become annual. So most likely, we'll have the next IIMPACT, when would that be? That 18 months from now, you can work out the dates. So as we come to the close of this event, it's almost like it feels like, or I haven't yet had the opportunity of conducting a wedding, but this is like a Indian shadi to some degree, minus all the chaos and some of the emotional tantrums that might play out. But really, it has been something where I think people have managed to not only connect with what the people, the speakers are sharing their experiences on, but significant number of connections have been made. Networking has been phenomenal. Every time that I have seen, whenever there are breaks, there are lots of energetic conversations going on. So lots of friendships have been made here. Just to share with you another statistic too, which is interesting. A few days ago, Piyush was asking how many people are there from overseas, and the numbers range somewhere 70, 75. What's interesting is a single batch of IIM Bangalore, I think that number is close to 50. Just one single batch. So these are the number of people who have traveled from various places, particularly India, to be here for IIMPACT. So I think we are still counting the numbers. We have gone past 100 overseas delegates into this conference that is inclusive of the speakers. So once again, in our ambition to make this more global, more participative, we've had participation of more than 100 people from overseas across 7 different countries.